Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave. Just making sure this works. Looks like we're broadcasting. Okay. So let me switch to the article
Hello,
here.
everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave.
So we don't get an echo. All right. So welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave. I tried to get a hold of Dirk this morning. Haven't heard back yet, so we'll see if he joins us. If you are watching this live, please comment, and we can chat. But without any other further ado, let's get into the article. All right, so this is Synthezoid Smackdown. So this is the two new leaders for the Civil War. So they mentioned this in the original Civil War article that we were going to get She-Hulk and Vision. And so She-Hulk is with the registration and Vision is with the resistance. So we got two more leaders. So don't make this harder than it already is, She-Hulk. The battle between heroes continues after the superhero... Let me fix this real quick. There we go. All right. The battle between heroes continues. After the Superhero Registration Act passed, the mighty She-Hulk stood with her fellow Avengers, Iron Man and Captain Marvel, in support of registration. Meanwhile, the empathetic android Vision joined Captain America and Spider-Woman on the side of resistance. Both of these former allies are ready to deliver a smackdown for the sake of their ideals, and in this time of strife, everyone must choose a side. Fantasy Flight Games is excited to announce the Synthezoid Smackdown Scenario Pack for Marvel Champions the card game. We first teased this pack back in June during the reveal of the Civil War expansion. Now, Synthesized Smackdown continues the fight between registration and resistance with two more customizable scenarios featuring She-Hulk and Vision as leaders. With this extra large 90-card scenario pack, can be thought of a companion piece of Civil War that expands your scenario customization options. It also fully functions as its own standalone product, provided everything you need to get the taste of the conflict between heroes. Each of these two pre-built scenarios come with 4 new modular encounter sets for a total of 8 in the box, and 2 main schemes, a Stage 1 and a Stage 2 for each side, for a total of 4 in the box, making them perfectly playable without Civil War, but also easy to mix and match with elements from that expansion. And just like Civil War, these scenarios are compatible with new optional competitive mode we described in the Civil War announcement. And the pack even includes the competitive rules and 2 copies of the standard PvP set in case you want to try that mode out. Okay. Now let's take a look at what these 2 scenarios have in store. All right, so we got a spread here. We got Atlas, She-Hulk, and Taskmaster versus Moon Knight, Vision, and Hawkeye. Okay. Gamma Boosted Beatdown. First off, we have the lean green fighting machine herself, She-Hulk. If there's one word to describe She-Hulk in battle, it's relentless. She is all about chasing players down with powerful bursts, leaving you reeling and unable to properly respond. Right off the bat, you'll have to face her innate ability to deal damage to your hero the moment you change out of alter ego form, forcing you to plan carefully whenever you want to flip. Not only that, but she can also begin the game with a copy of Superhero Strength attached. While that 1 damage from her innate ability might seem negligible, you have to seriously weigh your options when you're facing down a minimum 4 attack overkill empowered haymaker from She-Hulk herself. Wow. All right, let's take a look at that. So She-Hulk, Stage 1, Scheme of 1, 2 attack, Avenger Gamma. Setup, the enemy team finds a copy of Superhuman Strength and attaches it to She-Hulk. And force response, after an alter ego changes to hero form, deal 1 damage to that hero. Okay, so it's kind of similar to the Taskmaster villain, except for it's just 1 damage straight. But yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. And Superhuman Strength attached to She-Hulk. When She-Hulk attacks, the attack gains overkill. Discard after the attack. And as a boost, reveal this card. And that gives her a +2 attack. So she's hitting you with 4 with overkill. Wow. Did we get to that? No, we did not. All right. The rest of her signature encounter set is similarly brutal. Focus Rage gives She-Hulk Stalwart, and you can only get rid of it by letting her scheme, which it empowers. Her 1-2 punch gives her a bonus activation and a tough status card, possibly halting any momentum you were starting to build up. Just when you think you are gaining some ground, her devastating Gamma Slam can flip the battle on its head. And if all that wasn't bad enough, don't forget She-Hulk is also a lawyer. Her legal practice will put you in a situation you can't deal with in hero form, forcing you to swap to alter ego just to present your counter arguments, which of course opens up the chance for She-Hulk to ping you with the damage again when you flip back. Wow. Okay. So Focus Rage. I still like how the art is the same as the hero kit. I love that. Superpower. Attached to She-Hulk, She-Hulk gains Stalwart. After she schemes, you discard this card, and as a boost, reveal this card. This gives her +1 scheme. 1-2 punch. Okay, this is new art, but this is appropriate for the box. When revealed, She-Hulk schemes, give her a tough status. When revealed hero, She-Hulk attacks you, give her a tough status. All right. And then Gamma Slam. Discard the highest cost ally or support you control. Place threat on the main scheme equal to the card's cost. If no threat is placed on the main scheme this way, this card gains Surge. Wow. Okay. And Legal Practice. It's a side scheme. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme by heroes or allies. After you change form, and an alter ego response. After you change form, you can exhaust your identity, remove 3 threat from this scheme. Acceleration token. And it comes with 3 threat per player. Holy moly. Yeah, so this is going to be annoying to get rid of. Because, yeah, you got to go to Alter Ego, and then you can exhaust to remove 3 threat, but then you can't heal. And then when you flip back up, you're going to take a point of damage. There's a couple cards, like Spies and Gambit will have an advantage because he can thwart when he's in Alter Ego. Or that Disguise card that we saw in Jubilee. That'd be another way to... But yeah, mostly you're going to have to get everyone to flip down, exhaust, remove 3 threat, and then come back up and take a point of damage. So, eek. All right. All right, so then we got a couple of modules, Thunderbolts and Taskmaster. We'll go over those. Just like the customizable scenario in Civil War, She-Hulk comes with a pre-constructed scenario built to showcase her superhuman strengths. One way to slow down her relentless assault is to stun and confuse her, but the main scheme, Enforce the Law, throws a wrench in that plan by giving her Steady. Let the scheme advance to Mighty Avengers, and She-Hulk will switch gears to an even mightier offense, dropping you and your allies one after another. All right, so Enforce the Law. Stage 1B, 7 threat per player threshold. If there's more than 1 player on your team, the stage gains Hinder 2 per player. The enemy leader gains Steady. And we add 1 threat per player per turn. Stage 2B, 9 threat per player threshold. When the enemy leader is attacking, it gets +1 attack and +2 instead if the attack is undefended. And if the stage is completed, lose the game. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. The encounters set in She-Hulk's pre-constructed scenario are no joke either, in which you'll find her teaming up with members of the Thunderbolts, Atlas and Songbird, interplay with immediate stun and confuse, respectively, while Penance dishes out some extra damage, as if She-Hulk didn't have enough already. Meanwhile, Taskmaster serves as a sort of lieutenant, burning through the encounter deck with an extra boost thanks to his villainous keyword and his signature side scheme, Taskmaster's Academy. With such strong allies on her side, on top of her overwhelming strength, She-Hulk is a force to be reckoned with and a terrifying obstacle for the Resistance to overcome. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards here. Atlas. He's a 1/2, 4 hit points, giant thunderbolt. When revealed, stun your leader, otherwise you are stunned. Boost, stun your leader, otherwise you are stunned. So no matter what, you're not avoiding the stun. Songbird, she's 2 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial, Thunderbolt, when revealed, confuse your leader, otherwise you are confused. And as a boost, confuse your leader, otherwise you are confused. So I'm kind of thinking, you know, in the competitive mode, being able to stun and confuse the leader is going to be pretty powerful. Penance, 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points, Thunderbolt. Deal 2 damage to your leader. Otherwise, deal 2 damage to a character you control. And as a boost, deal 2 damage to your leader. Otherwise, deal 1 damage to a character you control. Okay, so that's the Thunderbolts. So we've seen... Okay, yeah, so we saw 3 of the 5 cards. So those are some strong minions. Taskmaster, 1 scheme, 1 attack, 6 hit points, Elite Thunderbolt. Oh, I wonder if he could be added to the Thunderbolt module. Retaliate, toughness, villainous. When revealed, Taskmaster activates against... Yeah, I would think he could, because I think it says any Elite Thunderbolt. Although he doesn't have victory, so I don't know how that would work with Citizen V's power. Because I think his power is you have to have him in the victory display. Taskmaster wouldn't go in the victory display. He would go into the... You would have to... But you get number of heroes... Number of players plus 1, so... yeah, maybe this is just an easier Thunderbolt module. You could sneak in that scenario. Who knows? Taskmaster's Academy. Hinder 1 per player. Give the enemy leader a tough status card and a face down boost card. And it has an amplify. Comes in with 3 threat. Okay. And speaking of resistance, we have android efficiencies. Now that we previewed She-Hulk, let's take a look at her counterpart in this pack, Vision. Where She-Hulk overwhelms the players with brute... sorry, my phone beeped on me. Where She-Hulk overwhelms the players with brute strength, Vision confounds the players with constantly shifting tactics and disruptive sequencing puzzles. He starts the game with his mass form attachment in play. Okay. So it looks like it's the same as the hero, so that's cool. Beginning on the dense side and flipping back and forth with the intangible side at the beginning of each villain phase. This means you'll have to plan ahead for whatever form isn't active during the hero phase, which is made only more complicated with attachments like the Solar Gem and Vision's Cape, which require careful resource planning to remove and flip his mass form on the way out. Okay. So Vision, stage 1, 1 scheme, 1 attack, Aerial Avenger. Setup. The enemy team finds Vision's mass form attachment and attaches it to Vision. Dense side face up. Force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, flip Vision's mass form attachment. Okay, so that's after you add threat to the main scheme. Then you're going to flip to the other mass form. And we got Dense here. Permanent mass form. So Dense gives him a +1 attack. An intangible permanent mass form. When Vision would take any amount of damage, reduce that amount of damage by 1. Okay. And then the Solar Gem. Attached to Vision, Vision gains Stalwart. Hero response. After you make a basic attack against Vision, spin a mental and a strength to discard this card and flip Vision's mass form attachment. He gets some +1 scheme, and as a boost, reveal this card. Then we have Vision's Cape, which is another attachment. Attached to Vision, Vision gains Retaliate 1. Heal response. After you make a basic attack against Vision, spin an energy mental resource, discard this card, and flip Vision's mass form attachment. And as a boost, you reveal this card. Did we get to those? No, we did not. Okay. Naturally, much of Vision's signature encounter set interacts with his mass form as well. Mass increase dishes out a stun and blocks all damage from a single attack while Vision is in dense form, while his phase disruption technique can deprive you of one of your upgrades while he is intangible. Top all that off with density control, ensuring that he is in the optimal form for his current activation. And before you know it, you might be facing battlefield conditions that you weren't prepared for. All right, mass increased. Attached to vision. When a character attacks vision while the dense attachment is in play, prevent all damage from that attack and stun the attacking character. Discard this card. Okay. So he's got take no damage turned, and it looks, because eventually he's going to be in dense form when this card's out, I'm assuming. Phase disruption. The enemy team exhausts an upgrade you control. If the intangible attachment is in play, discard that upgrade instead. If the dense attachment is in play, flip that attachment. Oh, okay. So this one can. Oh no. Dang it. Sorry, folks. Hold on. I hit a shortcut on my mouse button there. Come on. All right. Where were we? No, we were here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, the enemy team exhausts an upgrade you control, and then if the intangible... Okay, so, but then it flips you to intangible. Okay, that's interesting. Density control. Surge. Attack to vision. Force interrupt when vision activates. If the activation is a scheme, flip vision's mass form attachment to intangible. An attack, flip it to dense. Then, if vision's mass form attachment flipped, discard. Oh. Okay, so it's stays out until there is a flip. Interesting. Okay. Then we got Young Avengers and Moon Knight. So this, okay. So Vision's pre-constructed scenario is similarly disruptive. With the Protect Secret Identities main scheme, Vision can thin out your deck at the start of the villain phase, potentially discarding your perfect answer to the mass form he just changed into. Let the main scheme advance to expose Overreach, and all your allies will enter play exhausted, further hindering your ability to respond to the android's changing tactics. All right, so Protect Secret Identities is Stage 1B, 7 threshold per player. If there's more than one player on your team, this stage gains Hinder 2 per player. After resolving Step 1 of the villain phase, each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. Okay, so milling through your deck. Expose Overreach, Stage 2B, 9th threshold per player. Allies interplay exhausted, and then if the stage is completed, the players lose the game. All right. The modular encounter sets in this pre-construction scenario are also themed around disruption. The Young Avengers can grant minions surge, potentially surprising you with an extra encounter card each round. This especially stings when Hawkeye takes out one of your upgrades, or Patriot puts a stopper on your damage output. Just when you think you're in the clear, Moon Knight swoops in and forces you to repeat the topmost treachery in the discard pile. Ooh, which could be one of Vision's treacheries or his own potent Fist of Khonshu. You need quick thinking and an even quicker ability to adapt if you want to hope to take down Vision and his fellow members of the Resistance. All right, so Young Avengers is a side scheme. Hinder 1 per player. The first minion revealed each round gains Surge and starts with 3 threat. It's got an acceleration token. Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Young Avenger. Hawkeye's attacks gain piercing and range. When revealed, discard an upgrade you control. And Patriot. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points. Young Avenger. Toughness. Give the enemy leader a tough status card. And then Moon Knight. Okay, so Moon Knight is 2 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit points. He's a defender elite, retaliate 2, toughness. When revealed, resolve the when revealed ability of the topmost treachery in the encounter discard pile. Yuck. And then the Fist of Khonshu, when revealed, exhaust your identity and deal 2 damage to it. And as a boost, exhaust your identity. Okay. As we mentioned earlier, this expansion also comes with 2 copies of the standard PvP encounter set, which allows you to try out the game's new optional competitive mode. We gave an overview of what this mode entails in the announcement article for Civil War back in June, but to recap, this mode has players break into teams and race to defeat an opposing leader before the opposing team defeats theirs. During a competitive game, you can team up with your chosen leader through special reward cards that you earn during a game. Each leader has 4 of these reward cards to choose from that are unique to them, and She-Hulk and Vision are no exceptions. So you got She-Hulk Smash and Calculated Risk. Okay, we'll go over those. As relentless as She-Hulk can be as an enemy, it's awfully satisfying when she is on your side. Her She-Hulk Smash reward card lets you direct her Gamma Fueled Fury at the opposing team, smacking the enemy leader with a potential strike that could potentially stun them as well. On the flip side, She-Hulk can also provide you with some useful legal counsel, giving you some extra resources while also helping you clear a bit of threat. All right, so She-Hulk Smash costs 2. Action, your She-Hulk leader attacks the enemy leader. If you spend a strength resource to pay for this event, stun the enemy leader. Oh, nice. And legal counsel, there's a double wild resource. After you spend this resource, move 1 threat from the main scheme to your leader's main scheme. Oh, okay. So you're removing it. Oh, yeah, because you're adding a threat then to the other teams. Huh. Okay. Calculated Risk. 2 cost event. Search the top 5 cards of your leader's encounter deck for an encounter card and deal it to the first player on the enemy team as a face-down encounter card. Oh, nice. And phased out. Choose an attachment on the enemy leader with the text Hero Response or Hero Interrupt and discard it. Okay, so you got the Sunfire power there. That's pretty cool. Okay. Both She-Hulk and Vision are potent leaders and equally potent enemies. Who will you choose to stand alongside? Power and purpose. Formerly stalwart allies, She-Hulk and Vision now clash in a brutal struggle as the battle between registration and resistance rages on. Choose a side and fight for your ideals when Synthezoid Smackdown arrives in November. Okay. You can pre-order your own copy of Synthezoid Smackdown at your local retailer or online through our web store today. Okay. So I did look at the store. So it's coming in November 21st. So that's pretty cool. All right. I like the fact that there's more options. I mean, Civil War, the main article gave us lots of options to start with. And now we've got even more. And you can mix and matches with some of the cards from Civil War. I'm curious about Taskmaster, like I say, in the Thunderbolt scenario. That could be interesting. Yeah, I'm liking this, what I'm seeing so far. All right, well, I don't know if anybody is watching currently. If so, please comment and we can have a quick chat. Otherwise, I will wrap this up. Unfortunately, was never able to hear from Dirk, so it was just me today. Sorry about that, all you Dirk fans. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Civil War, and next month, actually, it's coming out. Yeah, it's coming out in like 4 weeks from tomorrow at the time. Yeah. And then this comes out in November. And then we have 2 more heroes that they haven't announced yet to finish off this bonus wave for Civil War. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell.